Excuse me. Excuse me.
Shalom Yehudi Tov, we glad to send we Jews we are one. Rabbi, is time also for us to be a good example to be one.
Excuse me.
We ask in Amida for shalom to be famous to. We are Jews, we need shalom be famous to. The key of shalom in all Israel is to be one to. The Torah commands us to love our fellow Jew like we love ourselves. This is one of the most important mitzvot, because many commandments depend on it. For example, if one loves his fellow Jew, then he would not steal from him, or hurt him in any other way. We must strengthen, defend, preserve and comfort each other. We must love one another. We must bear one another's burdens. We must not look only on our things, but also on the things of our brethren. We must rejoice together, mourn together, labor and suffer together. Acts of love and kindness are so much a part of Jewish law that the word mitzvah, commandment, is commonly used to mean any good deed. Jewish law includes within it a blueprint for a just and ethical society, where no one takes from another or harms another or takes advantage of another, but everyone gives to one another and helps one another and protects one another. Like this great rabbi, this love for Torah and for all Israel. Jewish law forbids us from wronging another person in speech. The Torah commands us not to tell lies about a person, nor even uncomplimentary things that are true. To speak the truth, to fulfill our promises, and not to deceive others. What is hateful to you do not do to others. Acts of love and kindness are so much a part of Jewish law that the word mitzvah, commandment, is commonly used to mean any good deed. Jewish law includes within it a blueprint for a just and ethical society, where no one takes from another or harms another or takes advantage of another, but everyone gives to one another and helps one another and protects one another. Jewish law commands us to help those in need, both in physical need and financial need. The Torah commands us to help a neighbor with his burden, and help load or unload his beast, to give money to the poor and needy, and not to turn them away empty-handed. Yes, we said the true and teach not only words please if you need food, clothing, tefillin or anything, please come to us. 24 hours our house is open for you. Yes, you might follow Jew. Yehudi Tov. The Rambam writes, Yehudi 6:3, it is a mitzvah for every Jew to love every other Jew like his own self. Therefore a person must praise his fellow Jew and be careful with his property the same way he is careful with his own property and desires to be treated respectfully. Whoever seeks honor through his neighbor's shame has no portion in the world to come. In addition to the mitzvah to love one's fellow Jew, we are also commanded not to hate another Jew. This is one of the most serious sins. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. Vayikra, Leviticus 19:17. One reason why this is such a serious sin is because it can lead to the violation of many other prohibitions. from lashon, hara, slanderous speech, to murder. Another reason why hating another Jew is such a serious sin is because GB loves every Jew. How then can we hate a person that GB loves? Sefer HaChinus writes, Mitzvah 243-219. It is a mitzvah to love every Jew deeply. Our sages said, Rabbi 28, so said GB Israel, my children, have I failed to give you anything? What do I ask of you? Only that you love, respect and revere one another, and that you avoid all sin, theft and unseemly behavior. Our sages also said, 8-10, let your friends honor me as dear to you as King Solomon said, Proverbs 21:13, he who stops his ears at the cry of the poor shall also cry himself, but shall not be answered. Our sages said, Shadullah 39a, all of Israel, the Jewish people, are guarantors for one another. When Rabbi became ill, Rabbi Joel Teitelbaum, his students came to visit him, and they said, Master, teach us how to live so we can merit the world to come. He replied, be careful to treat your fellow man on all the differences that stand between us. We are all the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are all one family, with one land, and one destiny. Very evident Israel love for the Jewish people help Jews from around the world, including yourself. These are the precepts whose fruits a person enjoys in this world, but whose principle remains intact for him in the world to come. They are the honor due to father and mother, acts of kindness, early attendance at the house of study morning and evening, hospitality to guests, visiting the sick, providing for a bride, escorting the dead, absorption in prayer, bringing peace between man and his fellow, and the study of Torah, is equivalent to them all. Talmud, Shabbat 127a. Tzedakah, charity, do not harden your heart or shut your hand against your needy brother. I am commanding you to open your hand generously to your poor and destitute brother in your land. Deuteronomy 15:7. We know that it is cruel to not forgive. For it says, Abraham prayed to GB and GB healed Abimelech. Genesis 20:17. Mishnah in Baba, 8:7. Jewish law halakha requires one to ask forgiveness from anyone whom you may have harmed, whether the harm was physical, financial, emotional, or social. Also, one is required to be gracious in granting forgiveness. We are one. We are one. Yes, you my fellow Jew. We are one.